Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Filthy Casuals Podcast, Episode 5. It is currently 3/1/2020, the 1st of March.
Woo!
Yay!
Finally.
It's also my birthday month.
Oh, nice. February seemed to take forever, like
February
24 hours
took so
longer.
long.
It just
Oh
seemed
my
like it
gosh.
take 24 hours longer than normal for some reason.
It really did. It really did.
I can never get that. It feels like once every 4 years, February just takes like 1 day longer than normal.
Yeah, it really does. I don't know. How are we going to start this one?
I don't know. Well, this is you've messed up the introduction. This is
introduction.
I'm Cord
Excuse
and
you.
I'm Cord
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's Red J here and welcome to the podcast.
I forgot how to do our own show.
You know,
I forgot that we introduce ourselves first.
and
Yeah,
you-
I'm
and
Red
you-
J,
and
the
you
magnificent Red J.
No, it's too late. It's too late.
No,
You already messed it
it's
up.
not too late for.
I
a good
already
intro.
improved it. It's done.
Okay, fine.
It's done. You know what?
Be that way.
You don't get intro next time.
Be that way.
You
Be
don't
that
get
way.
intro next time.
Okay, fine.
All right. So to top off this wonderful podcast with our favorite personal question, it is: what is your favorite type of sandwich?
My favorite type of sandwich is a Reuben. I just like, I don't know, fermented cabbage, I think it is, that they put on it. I just like how it tastes. I don't know. That's all that a good sandwich comes down to. Or your favorite sandwich. Solid Reuben fan, I would say. What's your favorite sandwich?
Burger,
Borgar? What kind of Borgar? Cheese Borgar?
cheese burger
Cheese Borgar with what on it?
with ketchup, mustard, lettuce, onion, tomato, and
Lettuce.
bun, and meat.
Okay. Alright. That's a little weird of a response, but I mean, I'll take it.
You know what? It's done.
What's your favorite freaking genre of game?
Okay, wait. No, this is for our more opinionated gaming question.
Oh yeah.
What is your favorite genre of games? Just overall, if you had to name one, what is it, Red J?
RPGs. Easily.
Really?
Oh yeah. For sure. Like
I wouldn't have
RPGs have
expected
good
that.
story and gameplay. Oh yeah.
I wouldn't have expected that.
Really? You wouldn't?
No, you don't. You
love
don't.
RPGs.
You don't seem to play RPGs a lot.
Well, I did.
Exactly.
I used to play a lot more. Like Final Fantasy. I was big in Final Fantasy. Oh yeah. I still am.
I see.
Yeah. I'm excited. I love Final Fantasy.
I like first
That's
person.
why I'm all
sorry.
excited for the remake.
Ah.
Yeah, there you go.
I thought you were just a Final Fantasy fanboy. Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, RPGs in general are fun. What'd you say?
I like first person shooters.
First person shoot. Okay, I could have seen that coming a mile away.
Shut up.
Yeah, whatever.
All right. So, how do we want to go about this?
I think we should just go about this. Let's just dive in.
All right.
Let's just dive
So,
in.
this is our entertainment section. So, this is set aside from video games, not completely, but somewhat.
Still related.
Still related, but more on the entertainment side of other things other than video games. The Sonic movie made $106.6 million in its first 2 weeks. This is the best opening weekend for a video game movie in history.
That's insane. It beat Detective Pikachu, which I'm surprised about because Detective Pikachu was pretty big, but I didn't think that the Sonic movie was that big.
I feel like Sonic is more. It appeals to a larger audience than Pokemon.
Maybe.
Because, like, for me, I wouldn't go and see the Pokemon movie, but I would have gone and seen Sonic, even though I haven't seen either of them. But
Okay.
if you get what like, Sonic appeals to like a lot of people, from like people in the 80s to now. You know,
Oh, I see.
Pokemon, I feel like applies to like that nerdy camp of people who
No.
like, yeah, kind of
Like everyone in the 90s played Pokemon, like all the kids. And then on.
yeah, but like I don't know. Pokemon to me has like kind of like a nerdy reputation of like the nerds collect all the cards and like.
Well, geez, now I feel real great about myself because I love Pokemon.
I mean, there's
You
nothing.
jerk.
There's nothing wrong about being a nerd and like the heck.
I guess that word just has such a negative connotation to it.
What's the other word for being a nerd? A geek.
Geek? No, geeks and nerds are different.
Well, kind of like a nerd or a geek or something. You know, like that kind of like annotation to it for Pokemon fans.
Connotation.
Whatever.
Oh my gosh, stop using the wrong words.
You know, if I want to use the wrong words, I will use them. People will understand what I mean.
Okay, fine then. Be that way.
I am. Thank you. Yeah, you didn't need to tell me. I was just gonna do it already. Anyways, but yeah, props to Sonic.
Yeah, big props to Sonic.
I haven't seen it. Is it any good?
It actually is pretty good. I went to go see it with my girlfriend. It's a lot of fun, actually. Even if you're older, and the movie was definitely more for kids. It's got a bunch of like cheesy one-liners and like, you know, it's just more suited for a kid's audience. But you'll still have fun when you're watching it. You're gonna be like, ah, that's goofy. What a Sonic move, or like whatever. It's not bad. It's definitely not stellar. It's not like, oh, the next big thing, but it is good. It's nothing outstanding is all.
Since you're the only one that's seen both of them, which one do you think is better?
Oh, Detective Pikachu for sure.
Okay, I would have guessed that. It felt like it was much better, well made. Than the Sonic 1 ones. Especially, like, Pikachu didn't have to redo half their sprites halfway through the advertising lease of the movie.
They're not sprites, they're models.
Whatever. You know what I mean.
Yeah, okay,
You know what I mean.
Yeah. Okay, here, I'll take the next one. Bob Iger. Is that how you say it? Iger? I think.
Yeah.
CEO of Disney for the past 15 years, has started the process of his retirement by stepping down as CEO and allowing Bob Chapek, who has been chairman of all Disney parks, to take over. Bob Iger facilitated Disney taking over Pixar.
What's
Hey,
Pixel?
I looked
What's
at
Pixel?
Listen.
What is Pixel? Please explain to me. What is
a Google
Pixel?
phone. How about that? All right.
Ooh.
Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, Fox, and even the creation of Disney Plus. His impact on Disney is immense, and it signals a change in Disney leadership. I'm sorry. I'm used to saying Disney for the meme. And the reason that I said Pixel was because I saw Marvel and Pixar next to each other, and I was like, Pixel. Wow.
Pixel Marvel. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Come on.
Shut up. All right, I tried.
Bruh.
Shush.
Bruh.
I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this.
Yeah,
It's just gonna be. Maybe he'll take it in a different direction. Maybe he won't.
But
there's
like, what
no telling.
direction will it be?
I don't know.
Mysterious.
I don't
Is
know.
Disney gonna suck now?
No, I don't think they will. I don't think.
Like, what if it happens though, and it was all because of this moment? Send out every movie
Dang.
from now on is just like sucky.
Let's predict it now. We're gonna say that Disney is gonna take a turn for the worse right now. We predicted it first, folks.
I bet 3,000 V-Bucks.
What the ew? Don't deal in V-Bucks, kids. That's disgusting.
It's been done.
Ew. All right.
It's too late.
Ew, that's disgusting. Don't do it.
We'll see. I don't have any V-Bucks, and V-Bucks are fake, so I can deal in them all I want.
Oh my gosh! Shut up.
3,000 V-Bucks.
Shut up with your stupid little gambling and V-Bucks or whatever. The
It's too late.
in-game thingies. Okay, fine.
No, you're not. You are not telling me what to do. Roles of reverse this week. I'm just going to annoy you.
You're going to annoy me?
Yes.
Oh Lord, this is a backwards episode. Take the next topic then. I'm gonna throw you on that one.
Aw, but I thought you were gonna get this one.
Nope.
No, it's yours.
It's mine.
It's definitely yours.
Fine.
I'm
okay
kidding.
then.
I'm kidding. Star Wars is getting.
Gosh, he did the thing. He did the thing. Oh no, I hate this, but I also kind of love it.
Got it.
You're letting your inner goober out.
Goober. Star Wars is getting a clean slate, finally. Star Wars will begin making content starting in August of this year, centered around the High Republic, which is about 200 years before The Phantom Menace, and will allow to explore through the different comics, new TV shows, and movies, an era that really hasn't been touched by previous comics, books, movies, etc., and will allow for new characters and hopefully some real and better character development, and not Mary Sue crappy characters.
I am very excited for this actually because you would always hear about like the cool part of the Jedi is when they were like all powerful and all that good stuff, but you never really got to see it. So I'm excited to see this actually.
It'll be interesting, and I hope they just don't screw this over too. Please don't screw this over too. This is like Star Wars is one of last Star Wars' hopes. Please don't screw this over. Disney, please. I'm asking you.
I think they'll do fine.
Begging you. That's what everyone said about the other three movies, and everything except like Rogue One has just sucked really bad.
I haven't really kept up with watching the
I know
Star
you
Wars
haven't.
movies. Yeah, I don't know.
See, like I'm an actual Star Wars fan here. Okay.
Shut up. All right, I'll take the next topic. Our next kind of like.
Where are you? Where are
What?
you going? Where are you going?
Where
Where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going? To where? Right where?
Right to der. I'm
Okay,
moving on to the
okay.
coronavirus delays section.
Just as a future
Stop
note, everyone,
stuttering.
shut up. Just as a future note for everyone, I got my wisdom teeth out
Oh, yeah.
Thursday, and so I still took a pain med this morning, so I'm still not completely right.
Oh gosh. I thought that might show up in this episode. I wasn't sure. I wasn't going to mention it. I was going to let you do it, but all right. But no, our next section is the coronavirus delay section. And basically, due to the coronavirus, the Game Developers Conference, which is an annual conference for video game developers with the ability for learning, inspiration, and networking, has been postponed. At first, EA, Facebook, Sony, Microsoft, Epic Games, and Hideo Kojima all pulled from it, but now the whole event has just been postponed until summer.
I think
that's crazy.
I think it was a good move because like a bunch of these other companies had basically pulled out and said, yeah, we're not going to do it. And so it was looking really, really empty. So I think they made the right move and like, you know what, we'll just postpone it till later in the summer. Hopefully this whole coronavirus crap gets figured out and we can do stuff after.
Yeah, I hope everything ends up okay. I think it was a smart move to postpone. I really wouldn't like to see like all these developers go to this one panel and then all of a sudden they just get wiped out. That would suck. I feel bad for my condolences go out to anybody who's like suffering from it or like is in an area because that just kind of messes with your whole everything.
It really does.
That sucks, man.
All right, what was the
next one is you.
Next one is me. Oh yes, along with the Game Development Conference, the production of Mission Impossible 7 has been delayed. Its release date of July 23rd, 2021 may be pushed back depending on how long the delay is. Please don't be delayed for too long. The latest director, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, who's done the last two, has done a spectacular job of making the movies new and relevant and very entertaining for an old spy series from the 1960s.
Yeah, man.
And Tom Cruise is still kicking. So like he's amazing too. Both of them. They need to continue making Mission Impossible movies. Please.
Yep.
And you read Jay hasn't
I've
seen
never
any
seen any of
which is why we're gonna have to get you on them because you'll enjoy them.
Yeah. I haven't watched a lot of movies or like big pop culture things. I just
how dare you?
Well, okay, first of all, at first I wasn't allowed to watch them because I was too young, and then I just didn't care. So yeah, there you go.
I wasn't allowed to until I didn't watch my first PG-13 movie until around, what was it, 14, 15?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was the Star Wars Force Awakens.
Oh, I didn't watch. I watched like a PG-13 movie when I was like 7.
So like, you be quiet. You have no excuses. You have no excuses.
Well, no, I do. My parents, okay.
Well, like I caught up on all of this, and I was put back way behind than you were.
Shut up.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it anymore.
Yeah.
Let's just move on.
Yeah.
Can we move on? I'm moving on.
Move on where?
Next up,
I don't want to move.
Siege section.
Oh, Siege.
I'm telling you where we're going. Calm your me.
Siege.
Siege section.
Yeah,
All
we
right.
want the Siege later on today. I'm bored.
Okay,
Who
maybe.
we sieging?
I don't know. All right, Siege. We got to stay on topic. Siege director Leroy Athanasov. I don't know how to pronounce his name. It's a big one.
It's a big one.
It's a big one.
It's
and
a
I don't
big
know how to say
one.
it. But Leroy said at the 6th Invitational that Rainbow Six Siege is looking to make itself free to play, but it needs to solve smurfing. And they're going to be looking mainly at like KD rate versus win rate to detect smurfing. So, for example, an account with a 4.0 KD and a 0.2 win rate will probably be banned. I don't know how I feel about that.
I feel like Siege has been preparing itself to be free to play for a while, because if you really think about it, when you pay the $20 to get the game, you just get access to play the game. You have to buy or grind for all the other characters.
Yeah.
So I feel like offering Siege at like, hey, here it's free, but you can pay $10 to get like year 1 operators, or $20 to get in year 1 and 2 operators. You know, I feel like they've already been moving themselves, and that'll just make the game more accessible to more people.
I guess, but I don't know. I feel like if they do make it free to play, there will be a huge increase in hacking and smurfing. Like no matter what they do, it's just gonna happen. That's just how free to play games kind of are. But
like, how are you gonna smurf if they're gonna be? How are you gonna smurf if they're gonna monitor your KD rate and your win ratio? If you really think about it,
I don't I just don't know.
That's why I think that's smart, because like that's the best way to manage smurfing. Maybe this will be a new
guess.
change in regulating smurfing, because if you're really going to be a smurf, you can't get a bunch of kills and still lose,
I guess, yeah.
because then you're either just really wanting to suck really bad, or you're just not good.
I don't know. I kind of want to err on the side of just letting the Smurfs be Smurfs, man. Just let it happen. Because I mean, sure, it's frustrating to go against them, but I don't mind it too much. It doesn't ruin my entire life or my entire Siege experience. Have you?
That ruins that 20 minutes or 40 minutes in that comp game, though.
I guess.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah.
We'll get the next one.
What was the other thing? Oh, yes. Siege developers are starting to think, it was released on Twitter, that they're starting to think about supporting solo queuing in ranked games. So, for example, they're not going to pit like 5 solo queuers in a round against a 5-sec.
That's good.
I
like
think that will help the longevity of the game. I can't speak.
There
I
you go.
can't speak.
You have an excuse to not speak correctly.
La 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 la.
Longevity.
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 What?
Huh?
What?
We're making up words today.
Yeah, you really are.
Longevity.
You're having too much fun with this.
What's the definition of longevity?
Longevity?
No,
Or
longevity. Longevity.
Legibility?
Longevity. We're making up a new word.
Okay.
It's done. Longevity. What's the definition?
I don't know,
We need a
man.
valid
Google
definition.
it. Did you Google it already?
No, we're making up a word. You can't.
Oh, you want
Longevity. What's the definition?
Longevity.
Longevity.
Ledge.
Longevity.
It's the longevity. Like how ledgy alleges.
How ledgy. Ledgy. Oh, ledges.
How ledgy alleges.
So now the question is, how ledgy is that?
like
we're
if
gonna be.
it's- like if it's a like if
How
it's
ledgy is that topic?
if it's a I don't know, dude.
You know,
Either way, you use the word wrong.
ledgy. I don't care.
Ledgy.
How ledgy something is.
How ledgy.
How ledgy something.
How ledgy something is.
is.
What are you typing? Are you like typing into like some sort of custom dictionary?
No,
right
I'm
now?
typing it into our notes so I can remember this
Oh my gosh.
for years on to
no.
come. Yes,
No.
it's been saved. This definition of this word. Longevity.
Longevity. All right.
How
cool.
ledgy something is. All right, moving
Okay,
on.
fine. Moving on. For the next section, we're gonna cover kind of some general gaming news. So the first thing is that a Redditor uploaded a leak for Call of Duty Modern Warfare Battle Royale mode, and Activision filed a subpoena on Reddit to give them the user's info so they could take action against the individual. I don't know how to feel about that. That's really scary, actually.
Okay, so before we get into this, on
Oh.
a scale of 1 to 10, what is the longevity of this
Oh my gosh.
topic?
I don't care. I don't care the longevity.
like,
I
I
want to
need
know
to-
your opinion
What is
on
the longevity?
this big company
What is the longevity of it?
targeting a small like internet user.
But like, what's the longevity?
I don't know.
Is it on a scale of 1 to 10?
2?
Whoa, it's not serious at all then. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Or does that mean it's very drastic?
Oh my
and
gosh.
serious?
I don't know. I don't care. You can make this later. We're trying to do a show now, please. Can we just get some opinions on a huge company attacking somebody on Reddit?
I mean, this small person on Reddit did leak information that the company didn't want in the public.
Yeah, I guess so, but like it
Yes.
also it's really scary to see because it's like I think we saw I don't remember what the last thing that we okay. Like I think it was No Man's Sky maybe, but they were like just banning people from the subreddit or no. Oh gosh, I can't remember what it was, but they were just banning people off of the subreddit just for like saying this certain thing or just at random. Or it was Fallout 76.
Was it?
Yeah, it was. Because it would be bad publicity, and so they would just like the moderators would just delete everything. So I don't know, big companies coming in to control kind of the internet, I guess. And
Huh.
it's really scary.
I mean, I don't think
It's scary that they have that power.
I mean, they did leak private information of the company out to the public. That's not Activision's fault.
I'm not saying that's not wrong. I'm just saying it's really scary how a big company can actually do that. Like that's freaky to me. You see what I'm saying?
I mean, it's not. I mean, they were, like I said, they were taken. The information was stolen from them and leaked
True.
way too early.
Yeah, I guess so. They have every right to be mad, but I don't like it. Nevertheless, I don't like it. 'Cause like there's been leakers in the past, but like they didn't like have class action lawsuits probably taken against them, which is what I would assume is going to happen here.
Maybe it's the end of leaking.
Oh gosh.
It's the end of leaking.
I wouldn't even mind if it's the end of leaking. I'm not even mad. That would be totally fine with me.
It's the end of leaking,
Because
everybody.
leaking is like, it's like you're teasing somebody with like something that they can't quite catch, and you're just like, oh, here's a little sniff of it. You want that? You want a little sniff of that? Uh-huh. Yeah, but you can't have it yet. You gotta wait. You gotta wait a little longer. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it helps for hype. I could see definitely a company like using leakers to gain some like hype. And they're like, oh, look at this big thing that got leaked. You can like gain some publicity, but other than that, I don't know. You want to take the next topic?
Of course. After year-long Epic exclusivity, Metro Exodus is now on Steam. However, people aren't as mad as Epic now. Epic is just a big competitor for Steam, and people have started to realize that they just kind of need a big plethora of launchers to play games instead of just defaulting to Steam. I also I think it's after all this whole thing, I kind of just think it shows gamer culture, I guess, of how we get upset at something for like a month, and then we're like, okay, whatever.
Well,
we
like
have to
even
deal with
last week, you got mad at like the Epic Store, and I was like, why are you so mad at the Epic Store?
I mean, I'm still mad at the Epic Store. Bad
Okay.
Epic.
All right, okay, fine then, fine then.
I don't have it.
Okay, well, listen, man, it's gonna be fine. Look, it just means that you need more launchers to play games, and like that's just probably not gonna change. That's probably gonna,
But like
because like you can't have Steam just like be a monopoly with the game launcher industry. I guess that would be called.
But they're not a monopoly though. They're just like a.
Well, now they're not.
They never were. You always had like Bethesda and Origin and.
Right, but Steam was like the main go-to for like the longest time.
Well, because
and
it
was
helped.
huge.
It helped facilitate things. Like if you like think of like Amazon and Walmart.com, okay?
Yeah.
They're competitors.
Yeah.
They sell mostly the same things, but they'll do it at different prices at different times, right? I don't have a problem. Sometimes I'll check the best price. I don't mind buying things from Walmart, but I'll certainly buy it from Amazon if it's at a cheaper price. What I had a problem with Epic is that they were signing exclusive details and holding off games from everybody else to force people to use their launcher. That is my problem with Epic. Like Borderlands 3, Metro Exodus, they signed exclusive deals and paid lots of money to these companies to go, hey, you can only host it on our site. I don't mind there being a competitor to Steam, but I just don't like the way they went about it.
Well, that's called exclusivity. That's like a thing. That's
But
business. That's just business. That's just how it is.
But like it shouldn't be that way. You know, I don't know.
What?
It's messed up.
No, okay, from like a consumer standpoint, I see what you're coming at, but like from a business standpoint, it's clever.
Just
it's good.
sell
It's
Borderlands.
good.
Just sell the game cheaper. You know, I don't know.
It's a business thing. It's a business thing.
I still don't like it.
I know you don't like it, but you don't have to like it because you can't change it.
You know what? This is my
'Cause it's
opinion.
not your company.
This is my opinion, though.
I know, and I'm sharing you my
This is
opinion.
why I don't
and
like
I'm
Epic.
also saying that you're powerless.
No, I am not powerless. Gamers unite.
Oh, Einzig in chat brings up an interesting point. Epic doesn't want to compete; they want to kill the competitors. Ooh. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they do, but that's kind of the end goal of any business, I guess.
You can't really kill Steam. Steam is way too
Yeah,
powerful.
Steam is too ingrained. I think they're gonna stay around for longer, and they won't go anywhere.
Epic is gonna die down once Fortnite dies down.
Yes, it will.
People won't have Epic as much, and then like if they keep doing the exclusivity titles like they have done, people will just continue to get mad at them and go do something else, Epic, and just wait the year like they did with Metro.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll take the next topic here.
Okay.
All the changes to the role queue in Overwatch caused a sharp divide in the community. Big freaking surprise. Am I right? No. Of course it's going to cause a great big divide. Also, many queue times have been ridiculously high for DPS. In an experiment to change that, Overwatch released on Tuesday an experimental game mode where each team has 1 tank, 3 DPS, and 2 healers, but the tank stats are buffed. I don't know what Blizzard is doing, honestly. Just what?
This is the problem. They created too many characters too quickly without realizing the balancing issues when you combine different characters with different things. Which is why they originally went and did the 2-2-2 setup on their game, where you can only have 2 DPS, 2 healers, and 2 tanks, as an attempt to change or control the meta a little bit. But then it still didn't really help, and they've tried messing around with like reducing the tank shields really bad to making them really low and other things. They're just trying to figure out. They've made a meta that's so huge and so hard to change that they're trying to figure out a way to control it and limit it.
But they kind of can't because it's too wide.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
And so I think this tank thing, it might help with only having 1 tank. It'll make each and every tank a little bit more viable. Because I haven't been playing Overwatch recently because I've lost interest in it. Once they took away, they create a part of my appeal to Overwatch is to be able to design your team the way you wanted it. So if you really wanted to run 1 tank and 5 DPS, you could have done that. You know, I loved that about the ranked. That was fun for me. And then when they took that away, I was kind of like, that's the point.
Yeah.
I think this, and so my brother, who I get some of my Overwatch information about, has been saying that the only tanks that are played and ranked are the shield tanks. So like, Orisa, Rein, and the new dude, I can't remember, Sigma, and none of the other off tanks are very less played because the shields are just infinitely more useful. So changing this tanks where you can only have 1, so you only have 1 shield to shoot through if you have a shield, will make the other tanks a little bit more viable. I think that'll help in some of the meta changing
some of the balancing and stuff.
Yeah, especially the Overwatch 2. They kind of need to figure this out.
Oh gosh.
PvE, everybody. Who asked?
I cannot.
Who asked for that?
Bleh. Anyway. Oh, you good?
No, I'm just dying.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Anyways, I'm gonna take the next one, and it's a kind of a small but also big one, I would say. The creator of the Konami Code on February 26th of 2020, Kazuhisa Hashimoto died. Actually, which is very sad. Konami has done stuff for Metal Gear, Castlevania, and a lot of other games. And
specifically NES games.
Well, not just NES games, but can we have a moment of silence? Alright, that's a good moment of silence. Up, down, left, right, BA, I believe was the code. It unlocked a bunch of like cheat codes and stuff in older games by Konami. So yeah.
And thanks for the follow, Borderline.
Hey, new follower. Let's go.
Love that. We love that. We love to get those followers.
Yep. But man, that's crazy though, because like the Konami code is like it's like the most well-known cheat code, and yet it was such an accident. Like they left it in on accident, and they didn't expect anyone to find it, and yet it's so huge that it's like identified Konami. It's really interesting. I don't know. It's weird to see mistakes defining a company, but like in the best way possible. That doesn't happen often. I don't know. Just weird. And also sad that he died.
Rip
in peace. The next topic is actually just kind of a miniature one meant to help a couple of you guys, but Square Enix is actually having a sale on Steam. In case you missed it, Square Enix is having a publisher weekend on Steam right now. Most of their collections of games are anywhere from 30 to 85% off, such as Nier Automata, Final Fantasy 15, Dragon Quest 11, and Life is Strange 1 and 2, I guess. I know I'm gonna pick up Nier Automata and Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah, I can't pick up any of them because Square Enix took away all their games off of GeForce Now months ago.
Enix, not Unix.
Whatever. You know, I don't care to pronounce their name right.
They took off
my games. They took off my games. I can't play my Just Cause 3 anymore.
Oh my gosh.
Game's so much fun.
I know. You poor boy. I pat head, pat. Cry about it. Alright, you want to take the next one? Stop crying and take the next one.
Sure. All right.
Thank you.
So this is a fun story, a fun and cool story about Nintendo. All right. So there's this 95-year-old grandmother who had an original Game Boy, but it was broken beyond repair. They tried to find a replacement for it, but were unsuccessful. Instead of giving up in despair, according after the nudging of her grandson, the grandmother shipped her Game Boy with a letter to Nintendo support explaining the situation. Nintendo responded a few weeks later by saying that they couldn't repair it, but instead they could provide her with a new in mint condition Game Boy.
That is so awesome. I love that.
I know.
That's adorable.
Go Nintendo.
Yeah, that reminds me. If you've ever been to the New York Nintendo shop, oh my gosh, they have like a whole museum of all the consoles. And this story reminds me of the one that they have that was in one of the wars. I think it was a Gulf War. There was a Game Boy found in there after an explosion, and it still works, and it plays Tetris on display. It's crazy.
Whoa.
Yeah, Nintendo's cool like that, man. Nintendo is really... They're such a, like, nice company. They're very kind. And I actually remember whenever I had my first DS, I think it was the DS Lite, it broke all the time, and we would just send it to the Nintendo, and they would fix it or replace it. And like, oh my gosh, what a company, man. They're so good. I love Nintendo a little bit. Just, can you tell?
No, not really.
Can you tell that I'm an absolute Nintendo fanboy?
No, not at all.
No, I definitely don't have my jacket from the Nintendo New York store at all.
Do you really?
Yes, I do.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I have a hoodie from Nintendo New York
You
shop.
never wear it.
Yes, I do.
No, you
It's my
don't.
gray one. You just can't really see it. Yeah, it's
Really?
It's right there. It is right
Oh,
there.
that one.
Yeah, that one. Come here. Give.
Oh, this
Yes.
one.
Look, it says Nintendo.
Wait.
Look.
How was I supposed to see that? That's okay.
Look at the front of the jacket. He's looking at the back.
I'm looking at the back. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, this one.
Yeah,
Okay,
it says
I'm
Nintendo
stupid.
on it in
I'm
huge
stupid.
letters.
I'm stupid. You still never wear that one.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't. You haven't worn that one in forever.
That's just false.
That is very true.
I have a different jacket for like almost each day of the week.
Exactly. You never wear it.
Maybe. Oh my gosh, shut up. I do wear that jacket. That's probably one of my favorite jackets ever. I love it. Because I got it because it was cheap. Is this live? Yes, this is live. Chat.
This is very live.
This is very live.
Happening right now.
Yeah, no, I got that jacket when I was in New York, I want to say a year or two ago. And it was my only jacket because, I don't know, I thought it would be warm in New York because it was like, not during the winter, but it was still like, it was spring, I think? Maybe it was spring break of last year or 2 years ago. But I thought it would be warm, and it wasn't, so we went into the Nintendo store, and it was actually pretty cheap. It was only like $15, and I was like, heck yeah, I want a Nintendo jacket for $15.
Sweet.
Yeah, I have that.
Now I want a Nintendo jacket for $15.
I'll buy you one if I go up to Nintendo New York in the near future, which I probably won't. But I'll get you one. Yeah. So, GeForce update. That's you. That's your
GeForce
topic.
update, yes. After only a few weeks, and after the setbacks of Activision Blizzard and Bethesda removing their games, GeForce now has hit over 1 million users.
Wow.
GeForce has also secured Cyberpunk 2077 on day of release.
Yeah.
It's had a little bit of a rough beginning, but still looking promising, which is good for them. Good on GeForce. I hope that they pick up enough steam to attract Activision Blizzard and
Yeah.
Bethesda and Square Enix and all those games.
Square Enix.
Enix,
Not
Unix.
Unix. What the heck?
Enix, whatever.
Square Enix. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm excited about that. That's good. That's good that they got like what's probably gonna be one of the biggest games of this year to be on their platform.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
The next thing is just again one of a little general gaming fun fact, and of course it's Nintendo related because I found it. But Pokemon had its 24th birthday on February 27th this year. Pokemon is now 24 years old. That is crazy.
So now, wait, technically, Pokemon could be drinking for the past 3 years.
Yeah, that's true. And
smoking.
Oh my gosh. Like since I think Gen 2, it was probably one of the biggest like video game like revenue generator. I don't remember what the word was. It was making the most money, basically. Very crazy, very crazy.
Crazy,
but
crazy, crazy.
It's so different to see, like, how things have changed, because Pokemon used to be like one of the biggest competitors in the gaming industry, and it was like the thing to take over, because they made all their money off of not just the games but also the cards. So it was just everything Pokemon related, and yeah, there was a lot of that going around. So props to Nintendo for turning 24, I guess. That was neato. I'm excited. I like that. They're probably not going to do anything for the anniversary. I bet they will next year, because 25, and they usually do thing every 5 years. Like, speaking of which, I think I actually have a 3DS from launch date, where it was like The Legend of Zelda 15th anniversary, maybe? I don't remember.
Do you now?
Yeah, I do. It's somewhere. I don't remember where. And also the cartridge slot broke, but, you know, it's whatever. You want to take the next one?
Do I want to?
Yes, I
Sure,
think
why
you should.
not? Yeah, this is so an answer for some of the skill-based matchmaking that we've seen in our games has been answered.
Yay.
Some Apex players have been complaining about the skill-based matchmaking that is prevalent in the game for unranked and casual matches. Principal coder Michael Callis responded with a GIF earlier this week saying, "Deal with it," in response to a Twitter tweet question. Now, why does Apex Legends and other games stick with this skill-based matchmaking so hard? Respawn senior systems designer Eric, quote, Ghost Hewitt has said that there is indisputable evidence through data that skill-based matchmaking helps out with something like 80 to 90% of the community with the retention of games that have it.
That's interesting. I wouldn't expect that.
I mean, it makes sense why, like, all of a sudden they've focused on having skill-based matchmaking. If there's some study that came out like 2 years ago saying, oh, hey, if you want people to continue playing your games, you need to have skill-based matchmaking.
Yeah.
Which makes sense why that kind of just popped up out of the blue with, like, Call of Duty and Apex and Fortnite and all those games.
But still, I wouldn't go on Twitter and be like, deal with it.
I mean,
that's not what I would do.
But, like, the problem with it is, like, every game, no matter whether you're playing ranked or not, is going to be very competitive because you're being placed in people with similar skill levels.
True.
You don't have the fun of being able to just
destroy
noobs, which is, like, just so fun.
Yeah.
So,
jeez.
I mean, it is. You can't lie. Like, I'm
You're
not gonna
not
lie.
wrong, but yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Destroying noobs is fun, but I love teaching noobs too. I do both.
Yeah, that's true.
I destroy and teach.
Oh my gosh.
The destroyer and the creator.
All right. Next up is the consoles
We
section.
might be having a little bit of a shorter.
No, we'll just talk. No, we can just talk, because that's like 20-ish minutes that we're just leaving to the abyss, and I don't want to do that. Let's just talk. We've been having fun talking.
We could leave it to the abyss.
I don't want to leave it to the
abyss is
abyss, so we're
loving.
not going to. Nah. All right, can I talk now? Can I talk now about the consoles and all that?
But, like, you want to take this? Are you sure?
Yes, I do.
But what if I want to take it?
Okay, fine then. Take it.
Have you thought
No.
about that? Have you asked?
I'm
about
not
me?
going to touch it. You take it. I'm just going to let this end right where it is. You can have the subject.
But, like, what if I wanted to give it to you?
I'm not responding to you anymore.
But, like, what if I did? Come on, you this is a podcast. You have to talk. Wow, he's pulling he's giving me the silent treatment and kind of a death stare.
Take the freaking topic.
He responded, thank goodness. All right. Enough of the speculation. Microsoft has finally started releasing some of the details of the upcoming Xbox to tease all of you console players. It was released earlier this week that the upcoming Xbox will have 12 teraflops of GPU performance, ray tracing capabilities,
Ooh.
8K gaming with up to 120 frames per second, and complete backwards compatibility all the way from the original Xbox. A little note on the 12 teraflops for all of you non-technical people like me. That is 8 times the amount that was on the original released Xbox One and twice available on the more updated version of the Xbox One, the Xbox One X that was released a couple years ago. Yeah, double that.
Yay.
It proves it proves the leak that was leaked, or it proves some of the leaks that was released a month or so ago, that the newer console generation is going to be more focused on the performance of the console, so i.e. the 12 teraflops of GPU in it, rather than the graphics.
What?
What?
What do you mean by the performance of the what? Those are directly connected. The performance of the console and the graphics, those are connected.
But like, it's going to be more. This is something we covered in like our first episode, to where the consoles, like, graphics have gotten to a point to where it's kind of at a standstill.
You mean like performance as in like market stuff? Like games?
Yeah, like the games are going to be able to run
okay.
better and run faster at higher frame rates.
Okay. So
it's not
they're
necessarily
focusing on more of the efficiency of the console rather than groundbreaking graphics.
Exactly.
Okay,
like I said,
you worded that a little.
I said performance of it. That's the effect of. Yes, that's
usually performance and graphics are kind of tied to the same kind of thing. Just saying. A better word would have been efficiency.
Oh well. You know what?
You want to fight about it? You want to throw hands? Whip out your dukes, my guy. Let's go. I got touched.
I just punched
Not in a
him.
weird way.
Yeah, please don't say that. Please don't. Oh my goodness! Like, come on, bro.
Sorry.
Goodness.
Oh gosh. All right. What do you want to talk about now? Because we have exhausted all of our notes.
So
I don't know what to talk about now. Chad, if you can give us talking topics,
so now
that'd be awesome.
officially we are just chatting.
We are literally just chatting right now.
So if there's something, but we're just gonna continue talking until
the
next 20 minutes or so.
What is the furthest you've ever traveled away from home? Like, where is your greatest adventure taken you?
Is this to like me driving by myself? Long as this is
it
driven,
doesn't matter.
Like
it
with
doesn't.
family? Does family have to be present? Does family have to be present?
Just going. Just going.
But probably Massachusetts or Texas.
Oh, Texas sounds like fun.
Yeah, it was fun. We went to San Antonio for a Bible conference.
Oh,
food and family.
Huh. Okay. I don't remember where the furthest I've gone is. I think, I want to say Maine, maybe. I want to say Maine or one of the islands that's off the coast of Florida. I can't remember what it was, but a lot of fun stuff. It's fun to travel. I love traveling because it's just you get exposed to a lot more, and there's just so many things that you don't normally see. And like, especially when I went up north to like Maine and Philadelphia and stuff, I loved going to Philadelphia. I absolutely loved Philadelphia. It was like, it was northern, but it still felt like I was kind of home because I was visiting family. But like, I don't know, it felt kind of right in like the weirdest way. I got there and we were just kind of driving around the cities, and I was just like, man, I like Philadelphia. And like, I haven't really been a lot of places where I'm like, I really love this place. Because like most of the time it's just like we're on vacation and we're at the beach or something, and it's just like, oh, of course you love this place. Everyone does. It's a vacation spot. But like Philadelphia, it was like, yes, this is nice.
Nice, very nice. Okay,
Yeah.
So Borderline asked us to name our creepiest experience.
Oh gosh.
I got this one if you need a minute to think about. So
Yeah.
it's we're gonna call it a Thursday night.
Okay.
It's been a long day.
All right.
I got home, played my video games for an hour and a half, or worked on homework, played video games for an hour and a half. It was probably about midnight. Turned off my computer, laid in bed, starting to drift to sleep. Then all of a sudden, I heard a bona fide noise in the kitchen. Not a nose. I didn't hear a nose. I heard a noise. It was a real, like, crash in the kitchen.
Oh.
Maybe not a crash, but it just sounded like it kind of sounded like it was like a very quiet crash. I don't know if you sound like a noise. I don't know. I just heard something. And instantly I kind of like jolted awake. I was kind of like, oh crap. Like,
oh no, what that be?
What that be? So I laid very, very still for a solid 5 minutes with my eyes peeled, because my door is a glass door and it kind of views into the little main entryway of our house.
Like kind of a murky door?
No, it's like a glass door. It's like a clear glass.
Okay.
The door has glass panels in it, so I could see straight through if someone walked through. Because if they were going to steal anything from like upstairs, I could see, okay, there is someone in the house.
Huh.
So I stayed very still for about a solid 5 minutes. I had my ears peeled, eyes peeled, didn't hear or see anything else. It's like, okay, I gotta go check this out. So I walked very quietly, grabbed the closest solid airsoft gun we had, because it was supposed to be a bolt action airsoft gun. So it was like $50. It was $50,
Jeez.
and it was like it had a metal butt.
Ayo.
So I was like, you know what, this is right here. So I started crouching and walking as I've been taught in Siege.
Oh my gosh.
Press D to peek around the corner,
Oh my gosh.
checking all my angles, and nobody was there.
Wow.
It still very frightened me.
Yeah, that's
We later
creepy.
on deducted it was probably one of my siblings who snuck downstairs to get a glass of water or something and made a noise.
probably.
And then just walked back upstairs without me noticing because it was very dark.
Yeah.
And they're very small. They're very schmool. They could
Yeah.
have just walked up and down the stairs and me not noticing.
The small ones.
But it was still very frightening.
Yeah, I can. Oh, gosh, that is pretty creepy. Yeah, I don't really have a creepiest story. I just kind of have weird things that happen to me. I guess
the audience asked for creepy.
I don't.
Give a creepy.
I don't really have creepy.
Give a creepy.
Can I give like a scary one?
That's kind of that's both.
Yeah.
Creepy is kind
Okay.
of scary.
Okay. So I don't know if I've ever talked about this online before, but I have talked about my job before. My job is I wave flags for parking spots, and I work like about 2 or 3 blocks up from jail, our town jail.
Oh.
Yeah, because I work in the lot of bail bonds. So we have a lot of individuals who are a little sketchy come by us, and this one time there was these, I think, yeah, it was just 2 of them. There's 2 dudes, and they start walking up, and they go to the bail bonds door, not to me at first, because, you know, that's probably what they're there for. They don't need to talk to me. And the bail bonds, I think it was that they ended up at the wrong bail bonds, and they just shouldn't have been there. Which, I mean, that's not good. So they needed to figure out where to go and, you know, all that other stuff. So then they come talk to me. And this is when I got a good look at both of them. One of them was just carrying a pile of books and, like, maybe some other stuff. I think it was also a pack of cigarettes. And he was missing a shoe. His jeans were, like, torn up near the bottom.
Oh no.
Yeah, pretty bad, pretty rough looking. And the other guy, I don't think he really had anything except for maybe a lighter or something else. His clothes were just kind of torn a little bit, like he had on a white t-shirt and jeans, and he had both shoes. But yeah, and I asked the one guy who had one shoe, and he said, "No, they just lost it whenever they were trying to give him back his stuff," which is unfortunate. And what made this whole thing creepy was that they were really buddy with me, and they were like, "Hey man, can I borrow your phone? Cause like we gotta figure out where we're going. We gotta call this bail bonds over here." And I was like, "This is really creepy, and I don't like it because the worst part was that they were right there, and I could not get away from them. Like it was really creepy." But I let him use my phone, which I regret doing, because just a stranger using my phone, like this thing that I own and is relatively expensive. Like,
And it has
I
personal
shouldn't-
things and all, like your identity,
Yeah,
friends list,
yeah.
friends' phone numbers, mom's phone numbers,
Yeah,
you know, all that important
I
stuff.
shouldn't have let him
Yeah,
do it.
might
I
as well
really
just let him
shouldn't
use
have,
it.
but I did because I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why I did it. But he looked up the bail bonds. He called them. I looked up how far away. Like I took my phone back from it eventually because I was like, okay, I don't trust this. And so I got my phone back from him as soon as I could. And my coworker was watching my back. Thank God. For like, and I think I had a pocket knife in my pocket, maybe, which I usually do, just because, you know, I work near a jail, so a lot of sketchy people. But I mean, I looked up the jail or the bail bonds. I send them on their way, and it's a long walk, and the poor guy with one shoe was like, "Oh, dang, that's rough," you know. And I sent them away, and it was just a really scary, uncomfortable experience. I can't say it was like creepy, but it was just extremely unsettling.
That is creepy.
Yeah, they left me with a weird feeling. I shouldn't have let him use my phone, man. That was so stupid. But it ended up okay, so I don't know.
There. Well, we
Mixed
had
feelings on that.
we had two personal questions this week. There
Two
you
personal
go.
questions. Actually, 3. Because I asked you about the road trip.
Oh, yeah,
how far
three.
you traveled.
Three.
Yeah, three.
Three. Bonus questions. You had bonus questions this week.
Oh,
Well, I think
dog.
we might just end 10 minutes early because I'm tired. I'm still recovering from this tooth
Yeah.
thingy.
Unless you have another question you want to ask me. Is there anything? No?
No, we'll just.
Oh, wait! Oh,
Whoa.
we forgot to mention the...
What?
Should we mention
No. No.
I kind of want to. I
I-
want to
I
at least
don't-
make people aware.
Okay, well,
Okay.
as after some research, we have realized that our name, the Filthy Casuals, has already been taken by an Australian
Taken.
group. Taken. It's been stolen. Not stolen. They had it first.
Yeah.
And so we're using a borrowed name, and basically that means that no one can see us on YouTube unless you search for very exact keywords.
You
And
have
even
to
then,
search Filthy Casuals
No.
Show, like exactly all the words strung
not
together.
even, you have to search like Filthy Casuals Show episode 1, and it'll be the
Yeah.
5th result
Yeah.
down, which is just not good for a up and coming podcast. So,
It's getting a little better as we upload more, but
Not
it's
really.
not. Yeah,
No,
no,
we're-
it is.
we're-
I checked.
oh,
It is. Yeah.
it depends. You have to choose like a different person who's not already subscribed.
Yeah, I know. I did, and like, I just use a guest account, and I did it. But
Oh,
like, it's
okay.
still pretty down there.
It's bad.
It's bad.
And so we are thinking of or not thinking. We are going to be changing the name of the show in sometime in the next week or 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Whenever we can come up with a name. So if you have a name for us, I guess you can suggest it to us. We're not like relying on you guys, but we're gonna be brainstorming. If you think of a good name that you might think might fit for our show as you
Yeah.
the viewer, we're definitely appreciate any brainstorming
suggestions?
advice or suggestions.
Yeah, and the other thing that really sucks is that we kind of have to rebrand now as well, because like we've been really consistent with like the disc spinning and the orange color, and then the big text that's like kind of light against the black background.
We'll just
But
change
now
it.
I gotta
and
change stuff.
Whatever, it's fine. Just
Well,
re-edit it.
yeah, I know, but
fine.
still, no,
It's fine.
we can't just change out words, because if we're gonna do a name change, I also want to like change a lot of stuff, just because like we can stick with some similarities, but like
We'll talk about that later.
I
We'll
wanna
talk about
do-
that later.
okay,
We'll talk about
fine,
that later. We'll talk about that later.
fine.
And so, anyways, this has been episode 5. I'm Cord Gamer,
I'm Red J.
and we'll see you next week.
Y'all, bye bye.